when we last left the party.
How do you feel about a trip to Aegir? Orthrus is sitting, holding the Black Soulstone. That nice man, the Marquis, he told me how to play. And that was the day that all life in the city of Braystone ended. We were given a bell by a wizard. This silver bell, we think they unleashed Orthrus to get the Soulstone again, to cause another great act of death and open the seal to steal that bell. Find the Church of Kelmfor, greeted just by this vast empty desert, but by also a series of large holes in the desert. You notice that they're not just holes, they're tunnels. Above the door, there's a gargoyle.
Hello, gargoyle.
Good evening.
My name is Tom. Behind the altar are a pair of tall statues, both standing around 20 feet high. In the dust of the fountain is the stone heart needed for the scales.
Puts the riches into the fountain and collects the heart.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Whack Roll Vagabonds. My name is Luke, I'm your GM, and also this is the week where I learned that UK driver's license aren't in colour because of role-playing.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh.
I only learned this week that a UK driver's license aren't in colour, but American ones are this week. During a roleplay session, which was a murder mystery, where the starting clue was a driver's license of the victim that I described in full colour, and half the party who are British went, what? And half the party who are American went, oh.
Anyway, my name's Tom, and I play the magical highwayman, Phalark. Fun fact about Phalark, he once dated the guy who in this world invented the concept of charging to use public bathrooms. However, upon realising the path of cruelty and tyranny this knowledge would lead the man on, Phalark pushed him in front of a speeding carriage, which he then robbed.
Wow.
Okay, apparently this is canon in my world now.
Yep.
That
Write it
Phalark
down.
is a brutal murderer.
For the rights of the proletariat, dickhead.
Yeah, there's a good reason.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dora. I'm playing Philippe, and I am the Lady of Wax. Baby Bell consumes me.
Hashtag sponsor deal.
No.
Oh, imagine if we were sponsored by Baby Bell. I want to be paid in Baby Bell.
Wow.
Luke, sort it.
And I'm Al. I am on a Eurovision jury, so I know nothing about fucking music, and I play Yaga.
For the sake of, dating this episode, we're recording the week after Eurovision?
2 weeks. 2 weeks after.
2 weeks after Eurovision.
And she's still mad.
We all got together, and it was...
I'm mad every year.
Okay, so let's get rolling. We ended last week with you guys just having found the Stoneheart. You killed the Drainwort that was guarding it in the conservatory, and you need that to complete the statue. You've got one other room to investigate, and you're looking for that blue powder that Philippe found in the statue's staff.
I guess we go and leave that at the altar for now and check the other corridor.
Yes, I suppose.
Can you see yet?
Nope.
Okay.
You help Yaga stagger to the other chamber.
He puts his elbow up for her to grab onto.
We just walk arm in arm.
Maybe my possum could be seeing I possum.
It sounds just terrible.
Can Philippe be on my other arm so we're all just off to see the wizard?
Oh, and Otto is Toto.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Move your way to the other chamber. The other room, you open up and it seems like a quiet prayer room. There are a series of pillows and silk curtains dangling around the room.
I wish we had time for a short rest.
Instantly, you see the body of the other Thrakreen, just face down on the floor, at the feet of at the foot of a skeleton. The skeleton is sitting in white priest's robes, and he's sitting with his legs crossed and his arms out in a quite like an extravagant pose almost. In front of him is that Thrakreen body, and that Thrakreen is clutching a pouch from which leaks a little bit of the blue powder.
Just the way you described that skeleton just makes me want to be like, Hello?
Give me a perception check.
Oh boy. This is a perception to see if I can hear the skeleton going, "Hi!"
I rolled a 5, so I hear Dick.
I got a nat 1, so...
I got a 2.
What a good
Can we all-
rolling session, lads.
Can we all appreciate the blind person got the highest result?
I'm
Surely
listening.
she has disadvantage.
Yeah, like
She technically does have
Plus-
disadvantage. It is
Oh,
a
yeah.
vision sight.
No, you're right. And that is a 3, so
Oh,
So we got 1, 2, 3.
beautiful.
I feel like, you know, because you're blind, your like hearing is now heightened, and you listen for your ears.
Daredevil.
Well, that's
As
you
opposed
listen for your ears
to
anyway.
listening.
You see,
Wait, hang on.
She do-
you
Okay,
see
boys and
for
girls.
your ears.
the blind person still got the highest perception check.
Yes.
And that's what's important.
You approach this skeleton and you don't see anything.
I think we're just all blind now, really.
Can I do an arcana check? There's a dead body.
Yes,
on it.
let's.
I feel like we know something's up.
Ooh! I got a 21.
I got 17, but... Yeah,
Can I make my mage hand poke the skeleton?
Yes, you can.
You might as well make your
Philippe.
mage hand pick up the bottle of powder. Bottle bag. Bag
Oh,
of powder.
my possum can do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Fuck
right.
awesome.
Yeah, apparently.
Before I respond to the Arcana checks, Philippe, do you want to poke the skeleton with your mage hand?
Skeleton, my mage hand.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think Phalark and Yaga, you guys are trying to sense out the magic in this room, and you're instantly aware of something here. And, like, you're trying to figure it out, you're feeling it out. I think Yaga especially, because you can't see anything, you're trying to focus in on what it feels like. It feels like undeath. Phalark, you then see behind the skeleton something moving in the air.
Oh shit.
It looks like some sort of spirit, at which point...
Ruh-roh.
A small painted hand appears next to the skeleton and pokes it. At which point, the skeleton, it doesn't rise so much as it floats.
Just feel like I have time just to go, oh.
Yes, you do. And this sort of like, I'm imagining like, you know, oh my god, Lord of the Rings 3, the King of the Dead, where it's like they have the skeletal face and then the ghostly face transposed over the top of it.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that over there, and the spirit says, "Who dares enter my chamber?" Tom wanted the voice, so I'm doing it.
We do.
Hello, my name is Philippe.
We do. You trespass on holy grounds, Philippe.
Oh shit, it knows your name.
It's
You
because
just said it.
Oh yeah.
we would like to get that powder.
I think that the ghost kind of floats down, and you feel like this deathly cold presence all around the room.
Would you like a jumper?
You think you're worthy of the gifts of Calamvor?
I think I am alright, but yes.
I've been on my best behaviour.
And by now, I should have 3 gold stars, so that normally means reward.
I used minor illusion to give him 3 gold stars.
Yes! Thank you! Oh, I'm really happy.
I think the ghost kind of settles in front of you and says, "The moon shows the path," and waits.
Have you guys seen The Last Crusade?
Oh, balls. The moon shows the path. Oh man, I've got the scrap of rag and I can't read it because I'm blind.
And also it's in a language you don't understand.
Well, yeah, but it might have jogged my memory.
Wait, what scrap of rag?
It's the clue that led me to the necromantic cult.
Oh, can I have a look?
Yeah? Like, you might have the fucking note of what it says.
Time is running out.
Wait, what? You didn't say there was a time limit?
I'm a ghost. I can do what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got lots of time.
Got your nose? I'm trying to distract him while Tom searches for the notes.
You may all... you know what? Only Philippe. Philippe, give me a history check.
Hello, old friend. Good friend number 7.
I think that, like, you remember this, right? You remember that you were asked... I think that you what? Philippe, who is small, fat, and dumb.
I rolled a 17 to remember. Help me.
You do remember it, Yaga. You remember the end of the phrase, but you know the ghost is focusing in on Philippe.
Oh, shut up.
Now, Yaga, you remember the rest of the phrase is Kellum Vor puts all to rest.
Uh-huh.
I have no memory of this.
You are also aware that this spirit is focusing on Philippe, and you feel like if the spirit were to hear you give Philippe the answer, it may have poor consequences.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
I try to draw the spirit's attention back to me. I can finish that. Excuse me. Hello?
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, balls. 19.
I think that the spirit's entire body sort of janks in a way to like fluid motion. Like its bones are liquid and it sort of floats up towards you and it says, "And who are you?"
You may call me Yaga.
The spirit stops. And it's like, "The Yaga."
I was so hoping that would get his attention. That's right.
The spirit says, "Prove it."
Prove it.
You pull out your license.
I don't have proof. I'm a woman of the woods. I'm here chasing down that really annoying tiny child who I was supposedly tasked into keeping inside a tree and failed.
Let's see how much the spirit knows. God fucking shit all. I think the spirit blinks confusedly and is like,
How do I prove this? Trail of former Yagas left behind in my memories.
the spirit just totally fucking failed, by the way. It crit failed an insight check
Oh,
on
nice.
whether or not it would know whether or not you were tasked. And I think you realize in that moment, this ghost, like, the priest, probably wasn't a huge part of the grove. Like, he's probably trying to, like, act maybe a bit bigger than he really is.
I
and he's
was
like,
the intern!
he's like, "Yes, I remember the great task of protecting the mighty oak.
D.I.
Yes."
So, do you want to, like, do this wee call and response thing now, or?
The moon shows the path.
Kellen Vorley is all to rest.
Do I permit this?
Did somebody drop a bone?
No, it was me head desking.
I thought that was like dramatic effect.
Al.
So did I!
Al, you got a word wrong.
No!
I'm deciding whether I want to be super pedantic right now.
Lays puts.
I think that, like,
Puts?
if you
Is it
hadn't,
puts?
it was puts.
Ugh.
I think if you hadn't flexed the I'm Yaga card before it, I wouldn't have let it pass. But I think that, like, you flexing your Yaga muscles at him, just he's curious whether or not his he remembers the phrase right.
See, I wasn't
And
even
I-
trying to flex at that point. Like, that's literally just how I introduce myself. You may call me Yaga.
I think that he sort of straightens up and he just sort of like says, "How can I help you, Yaga?"
Well, we're just, we're trying to get into that wee secret middle room and we just need some blue powder to make that skull go all shiny.
I think he bows and steps out of the way of the powder.
Now, would somebody grab that? Because I can't fucking see.
This entire scene, Yaga's been facing the wrong way.
Phelan goes to pick it up and turns to go, I'm Lady Yaga's retainer.
I don't care!
Okay!
Bye-bye, Mr. Scary Boy.
I had a name! As you leave the room.
Oh no!
We never asked him. Philippe's gonna run back in and it's like, "And what was your name?"
I think the skeleton says, "I was going to be named after one of your viewers, but I don't really want to waste the name now when it's named, the character will disappear. So, Okay, you return to the statues in the middle of the room.
We can do this now, guys. Yeah.
Alright,
Philippe
climb
is
back
ready
up.
to scrabble back up the cold stuff.
Oh, Luke,
Yes?
how much healing do Findalego's potions do?
2d6 plus 2 plus random effect.
I kind of want to be on full health when we go behind this door, but I don't need that. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to drink one.
You
Chug.
could give me one.
So, yes, I can actually have two. I will do that.
Ooh. What? No, wait. I can just do my medic feat on myself.
I heal 8.
Right, could you please roll 1d20 for me?
Yes, I certainly can. Oh, I stole Dora's. I got a 7.
You what? How dare you take my number from me?
Sorry, you what?
How much health did you just gain there, Tom?
I gained 8.
8 health. You chug back the first of Findy-Lego's potions. It is... All the Findy-Lego's potions are different colours and in different vials. This one is in a triangular-shaped vial, and it is full of like a pale gold liquid. You pop it open, you chug back, and you swallow. And it tastes metallic in your mouth, and you swallow, and then you sort of like cough a little bit. And then you have to turn around, and you just sort of spit on the ground.
Yeah.
And 8 gold coins fly out of your mouth.
That sounds like a great trick.
Yo, what the fuck?
Now, Phalark, would you be a dear, because I fucked up my own medic feat, so that's not happening.
You want the other one?
Please.
Here you go.
What did you say? 2d6?
Yep, that's the healing. 2d6 first.
Just okay. 1,
I'm proud of you.
6, 7,
7 health, and it's 7 plus 2.
plus 2.
So it's 9 overall.
Cool. That's a
Right.
bit better.
And please roll 1d20.
Yes. 7.
7. Right, could you please re-roll that again? Because every time a number is rolled, I delete it from the table.
17.
17. Oh!
Uh-oh.
You take a swig from a completely clear liquid. I think it's so transparent and the vial is so perfectly filled that it actually looks like an empty vial. Mm-hmm. But you pop it open and you chug it back, and you don't really know how to describe what it tastes like, other than it tastes like true unbridled knowledge.
Cool.
Gain proficiency in one thing that you wish.
Oh man. Oh man.
That's not even like
Ooh, where are we
skill,
going
is
to
it?
add proficiency?
You could add a tool proficiency, a weapon proficiency, a armor proficiency, or a skill proficiency.
I want to add a skill proficiency because I'm gonna add it to religion because we do a lot of that.
At the moment,
That's fair.
yeah.
Yep. You now understand religion.
Hooray!
Okay. So statue puzzle?
Philippe is gonna climb back up his quarterstaff. He might need a little boost though.
I think that with like you've rolled enough on the traversing this. I think you've just got the ability to just pick up where you left off.
So Philippe gonna scramble up. Do we have a lighter?
Do you not have prestidigitation?
No, because I wanted to pick some totally more useful spells that I rarely use.
Oh my god. Alright, I'll do it.
He's just gonna aim.
Yeah.
Please don't set me on fire.
Duck!
Do I have to roll to aim one?
Yeah, so just in case you hit Philippe.
Okay.
It is like
what am I
30
rolling
feet
on?
radius.
Spell attack.
Spell attack. Okay, well that's 24.
Do not hit Philippe unless you were aiming for him, in which case,
Why?
bang on!
I'm gonna like flame his butt a little bit.
No!
Just like a little tinge, like.
No!
It's funny though.
Yaga, Mr. Phalark's being mean.
Oh no! Grass.
He's right, Philippe. I don't listen to your grass.
I knew it. I knew Yaga.
I think
was
Yaga's in a situation of see no evil, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the fire lit and the torch burns blue.
Now we need to get that harp on the plate. Heart on the plate.
You gotta like rugby over shoulder throw it. I know terms.
I don't want to break
Yes.
it. I'm so worried about breaking it.
Lob the heart.
Why don't you mage hand it?
I assume it's more than 5 pounds.
Is I think Mage Hand can do up to 10.
I get the other 50 feet of rope, not from the glove, from my explorer's pack. Tie one end of it to the heart, throw it over the statue, and like pulley it up.
You successfully haul the heart up. It is £10, by the way.
Yeah.
Dora, you're right. It's £10.
How about that?
You successfully haul the heart up, and when you do, these scales balance out. And when they click into place, the skull on top of the staff flares for a second, and then there's a deep rumbling sound as the doorway opens, revealing a spiral staircase leading down further into the sand.
Okay. Now we've got a shitey wee Wayne to deal with, probably. So let's brace.
And it's not me for once.
The staircase spirals inwards a couple of times, lit by these pale blue torches on the wall. And as you descend further and further into the earth, eventually you reach an open set of double doors at the bottom. Each one engraved with half of an entwined like leaf logo that Yaga, I think you instantly recognize as being that of the Grove.
Sweet. Is Tom still with us?
Yes, Tom can waddle around. I think Gargoyle Tom kind of pops his head through the door and kind of tuts and is like,
Oh, what a terrible mess.
enter the room on the other side. You see the remains of a garden. It hasn't been tended to in quite a few years by the looks of things. What does remain of the plants are yellowing and rotten. You do see some sort of watering mechanisms in the ceilings of the room, but ultimately it doesn't look like they've been active for a long time. Now, what's wrong, Tom?
I want to cast Prestidigitation to light a small fire and just wave it around and see if it activates the sprinklers.
It does not. Instead, you activate the sprinkler and it just goes and breathes a little dust on you.
Oh, there's nothing in it.
That's sad.
So, in this room, it's a long rectangular room. There are 3 wooden doors on either exit of the room. There's the northern wall, the eastern wall, and of course the western wall, with you guys entering on the southern wall. On each of these wooden doors, you cannot see handles. However, each one has jutting out of it an intricate wooden carving of an animal. The east door has a rooster etched into it. The northern door has a wolf. And the western door has some sort of slightly misshapen cow.
Misshapen cow? Like, that's the obvious option?
Why is it
For no reason. Like, I like Dora on. There's no reason for it. You're just like, misshapen cow, please.
I gotta know what's misshapen about it.
Well, it's not a normal cow, I'm willing to bet. It's not COW.
Yes. I think, Yaga, you instantly recognize this particular creature as a Stench Kow.
Yeah, KAU.
What?
Stench Kow.
Stench Kow. It is spelled KOW, by the way, Al. It's Kilo Oscar. Yep. So, the Stench Kow is a D&D, so D&D first edition creature, which is just a really big cow that stinks a lot.
It's got some very, very special effects to just being in its general vicinity.
Well, that sounds.
It smells.
That sounds awful. I've not even met it, and it's also my least favourite.
Does the smell make it misshapen?
It's just constantly like wrinkling its face at its own stench.
Yeah.
So, what I would do is, if I were you, everybody get on your phones at home.
No,
I'll
I'm
link
looking at the illustration. He's so sad.
Everyone out there should Google Stench Kow and look at Google Images. STENCH.
It's a Chernobyl bovine.
The Stench Kow.
That's one of my creatures, so you can stop with the shade.
You actually sound like you were gonna cry.
Like, if you ever turn into it, please give us forewarning so we can brace ourselves for the smell.
You just gotta stand at least 5 feet away from me.
Wait. So with the carvings, did he say there was a door leading from them?
So each carving is jutting out of a door. It is a part of the door itself.
I'm still down for the stinky cow.
I hate. Phaelak's gonna pull out a handkerchief and use prestidigitation to make it smell of like lavender and tie it around his face.
Philippe is gonna stuff his hair up his nose.
Okay, you approach the Stench Kow door.
I hate the practical mullet.
There's nothing else about this door to see, is there?
Open the door.
You push at the door. It doesn't budge.
Great. Philippe, touch the cow head or something.
I assume we don't know that Yaga can turn into a stench cow.
Well, I've never done it before in game.
Philippe's gonna touch the head because that's what Phalak said, and Philippe's gonna listen to his elders.
Give me an investigation check, please. Philippe is the one currently fondling the statue.
Sure.
I crit failed.
Oh, brutal. Glad we started with Philippe, the
Great.
cursed boy.
I've got
Now he's
splinters in my
fat,
hand.
dumb, and he stinks.
Like Philippe just comes out and his hands are just needles. Just lots of little splinters.
Is that all that happens then?
Yes, she crit failed. She's got...
Okay.
But like, it's also a crit fail fondling an inanimate object. I'm not gonna do any. Like, what do you expect? Oh, it was an alive Stench Kow the entire time and it eats Philippe. No, it's a door. Like, it's a crit fail.
That would be a way to go there.
It's a crit
Eat
fail
my
investigating a door. I'm not going to like do anything.
Yaga, why does cow look bad?
It's no ordinary cow.
It's ugly
It's
cow.
Hi, how dare you? It's a Stench Kow.
Sorry, it sounds like you're introducing the shittiest 70s superhero cartoon.
Stench Kow!
Stench Kow.
I'm ugly.
It's misshapen because Rob Liefeld drew it. Yaga, solve the puzzle.
I only rolled. I got a 15 on investigation. What does that give me?
You investigate the statuette, and you find little channels in it, in the ears of the Stench Kow.
Okay.
I feel that's just gonna lean in towards the edge. Hello?
Nothing happens.
That's all I got, guys.
Let's try put a flower in its ear. Make it smell nice.
Oh, alright.
Take the flower from Phalok's hair and stick it in.
He plucks an orchid from... It'd been growing out of his forehead and it was kind of like... just not really working with the balance, so he was fine with this. And he just...
The statue looks slightly better now.
Because it's got accessories.
Still Stench Kow, though.
I feel like we need to make it smell. I'm gonna sniff. I'm gonna sniff the carving.
It smells like wood and orchid and small boy hands.
Which all small boy hands do smell terrible.
They do. Ooh, puzzle solved. Nope.
Fuck.
I hate how much faith Luke has in us to solve his stupid fucking puzzles.
Here is a smelly cow. Its ears are holes. What will you do?
Can I go check out the other carvings to see if they've got similar holes?
You can, and they do, in both the place where the rooster's ears would be and the wolf's ears both have similar channels.
Huh.
I'm just gonna lean towards the Stench Kow and... No.
The door opens.
No! No!
The stench was a red herring.
Maggie!
It was even stupider than I had even first thought.
Phalok turns to the party. No. Wait,
The door closes again.
no.
Door opens again.
Right, we're going
Okay,
in.
so...
Here we go, come on.
Door closes.
Stop mooing!
Door opens.
Okay, Yaga, I shall stop moving.
Door
You
closes.
did that deliberately.
No.
Door opens. Stop, please. It hurts. I can't take this anymore. Door explodes off its hinges, and there is no door to move at
Okay,
anymore.
through we go.
Oh, cool.
Good thing we have a bunch of other doors to do later.
I know. The chicken door opens. You walk through the Stench Kow door, and you find yourself in a circular room. This room was, once upon a time, again, filled with a lot of plant life, vegetation. However, it does have one living piece of plant left in here. It is a humongous oak tree that stands in front of you. Its roots sort of stretch out towards you. Now, there is still green alive amongst its branches. However, it's not healthy. From within its bark, you can see these huge patches of red sap that looks like it's draining the life around it. Around that bit, those parts of the tree, it looks rotten.
Ew.
Red sap. I want to investigate the sap specifically.
Give me an Arcana check, please.
Okay, Arcana is on, and so that's 15.
Okay. How's that through you examining the sap?
Just gonna say, I want to avoid touching it directly, so I'll take like the handle of my sickle and maybe prod at it and see, maybe sniff it a bit.
What is the handle of your
Sickle?
sickle made of? Yeah.
It's likely just polished wood.
You tap it in, and you hear this hissing sound as you do.
Christ.
And you see like a burn mark appear on the wood of the handle.
Alright.
It's definitely some sort of poison.
Ew.
There is actually a plaque on the tree that is readable through a little bit of this red sap. It is wooden. It is just a little wooden plaque on the front with a carving that says on it, "The more still I stand."
Is the plaque just nailed to the tree then, yeah?
No, actually, it's almost like it grew out
I
naturally.
was wondering if it was just hanging there, if the rest of the message was just on the back.
And where's the sap coming from again?
I want to find the source of it, if there's a source to the magic.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
No, that's a 7.
I think you see some sort of pattern in it, but like apart from that, you can't figure out a source.
Should we check the other rooms in case there's a similar thing occurring?
I guess
I
so, yeah.
wanna, before we leave, I just wanna, like, take the business end of my sickle and see if I can, like, touch the sap or even pry some off. Just
Yeah.
hook it around.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hurt the metal of your
Okay.
sickle.
And can I remove any?
Yeah, absolutely. What are you looking to like bottle it, or are you?
You know what? I will. I wasn't gonna. I just wanted it off the tree, but
There's definitely too much of it. This is a huge oak tree. There's not enough of it.
I have to save the tree. We can circle round back. Yeah, let's wolf.
So Wolf door. Wolf was to the north.
Yes.
You make a good old little howl, and the door opens. You enter a room with a few bookshelves that are pretty much eviscerated. There's scraps of paper all over the floor. And in the center of the room, there is a large map table. The paper on the floor, it is slightly scorched and still smoldering, and has these huge claw marks slashed through it.
I think we're the first ones here. Is the paper on the floor the map that's been torn up, or is it
No, there's a map table. It's got a carved map on
a
it.
map of where?
A map, the whole continent of Suchou.
It doesn't mark anywhere in particular.
It's definitely old. There are a few settlements that you don't see on this map, and it still portrays the desert of the west to be forests, as Yaga saw in her vision before.
Okay.
However, there are a few things of interest on it. Each of the main cities are there, and there are a few blocks of wood that you recognize to be war fronts. There are marked battle sites, mostly in the... So the continent of Suchou is shaped almost like a plus sign, with obviously a few imperfections in it. During the Great War, most of the conflicts took place in the very center of that cross. So there are quite a few like large lumps of these wooden fake military things on the center, and there are also a few specialized pieces. For example, you see one in a similar location in the center, which is a reptilian eye. There is a symbol of a book, and beside it there is a symbol of a flower.
Okay, I put the fucking lizard eye at the point where Igea would be.
You touch the lizard eye,
Uh-oh.
and Tom,
Yes.
in the doorway, says, "The sanctum."
Ah.
Oh,
Right.
he's like a speaker. I tap the flower.
The apprentice,
And the book?
Rasmodius Kemnel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey!
I was so hoping.
I keep tapping the book really quickly.
Rasmodius Kemnel! Rasmodius Kemnel! Please stop that. I am a sentient being. Rasmodius Kemnel!
Oh god, I can't stop.
Where's my autonomy gone?
Oops, my finger slipped.
Rasmodius Kemnel!
But is this like a strategy room?
This room functioned as the Grove's base of operations, so you could call it a strategy room of sorts, yes.
And where are their little thing? You know, everybody else gets cool wee figures.
I think he kind of like shuffles over to a shelf on one of the bookcases and pulls out a wooden chest.
Ooh.
Inside it, there are a series of these tokens, all scattered with all sorts of things. You guys see one of a large oak tree. You see one of a goat with human legs, and one of a human with goat legs.
Nice.
4 of them. I really like this man with the 4 legs. He's cool. What is this map depicting, Tom?
I think he looks at it and he's like,
That was the last mission the Grove undertook.
I want to point at the flower. Who's the apprentice?
He was the apprentice to Rasmodius Kemnel.
Ooh.
Ooh. And what was their name?
The apprentice's name was Lucian.
I want to take a closer look at these books, because I've done a puzzle involving books before, and we got that one eventually.
So, for the most part, the books and scrolls on the shelves are in disrepair. They have had fire directly put onto them, which, not good for paper, but it was done recently. Now, you can still find a few scraps of paper here and there that... these were records of the Grove's missions and expeditions and their findings.
Did you say there was, like, big claw marks on this table across the map? Right.
Not on the map, they're on the books.
Right, on the
themselves.
books. Okay.
Are the claw marks like hiding anything, or is it just claw?
Just claws. There's in fact very little attempt to hide anything on this. It's just devastation.
Oh, you know what? Let's just fix it. Cantrip, mending, touch.
Bending. That would do it.
Yeah.
Philippe, you just kind of just walk around tapping books. Just like... And it just all... Like, they sort of just, like, fuse together. Now, I'm going to say that for the sake of not giving you too much on this. For the most part, a lot of it's still unreadable. You can repair a lot of the tomes, but you can't repair a lot of, like, the burned writing away. You can't fix what you didn't know it said. You find one tome that is dated quite late on in the lifetime of the Grove, and it definitely appears to be one of the last entries that they put in. And it seems to relate to the situation on the map. Now, what you can make out of it, the notes that you can read suggest two important things. One, they were in the process of cornering the Marquis, who they believe to be the leader of the Sanctum of Daylight.
Oh, yeah, them.
Yeah, remember?
In the meanwhile, Rasmodius Kemnal had to deal with the fact that his apprentice turned against him.
Oh.
Lucian.
Lucian turned against Rasmodius due to the death of his wife.
Oh. Presumably Lucian's wife.
All these hack fucking writers always fridging women just so they can get their man pain in. Typical.
I am fridging! Yay! I swear it's more nuanced than that.
Lucian's wife got fridged. Putting this in my notes.
Fridged woman again.
So he went angst.
Well, I mean, we don't know what side Rasmodius was on. Like, does betraying Rasmodius mean he went to the Sanctum or he went to the Grove?
Well, that's a good point. I've got no fucking idea.
Hmm.
History was not my subject. I'm going to be honest.
So,
Nope.
the Grove was neutral in the war efforts.
Fuck, that's annoying.
Rasmodius
Offensive.
was a known general of Tavale. And the apprentice was his apprentice. That's all we really know about that.
No, we need to continue on. Let's go to chicken.
Sure.
Okay.
Chicken.
You approach the chicken door.
Boom, back.
Yeah, I need something a little bit more heartfelt than that.
Hang on. I'll get
The
it,
rooster
I'll get it.
looks at you expectantly. The door goes back and then opens
No,
gently.
it closes. We opened the door earlier because Tom made a chicken noise, and I was waiting to see if anyone remembered.
Oh, I didn't
Door
remember.
The door closes as Philippe looks smart as you all tried to open a door that was obviously open in front of all of your eyes.
Fine then, you open it, Philippe. Listen.
The door
Now
opens
listen,
again.
lads. I'm blind still.
Oh! Oh god. I'd been wondering why you were like 10 metres behind us at all times.
I was wondering why Yaga kept falling over and was just stumbling around, fondling everything, being like, "What are you?" Woofed. Sorry that this episode is quite as late, people. It's been a bit of a nightmare to edit due to some technical errors on our end, that and a hefty dose of laziness from myself. In the name of keeping this short so we can get the episode up a little bit sooner, remember to subscribe to the podcast on your favourite podcasting app and leave us in comments and reviews if you can do that too. Also, we have an Instagram with one post on it and a Twitter that I mostly use from my phone at work when I shouldn't be. Both of these are at Whack-A-Roll. Back to the big old dungeon place. Spoiler alert, they open more doors. Ooh. On the other side of the door is a large chamber, off which you can see a few more doors leaving. These doors are a little different. This is a large chamber with a straw floor. There are a few well-worn, aged, dusty training dummies in this room. Now, it looks like this was just sort of a main hall for the building. So, once again, there are 3 doorways that exit this room.
Oh, no.
First of all, to your left, there is a steel door with some sort of glass panel next to it. To your right is a large set of stone double doors. And then on the far end of this room, there is a double set of wooden doors.
I go through the wooden door.
You exit this large wooden doors and you enter a smaller chamber. It's like conal shaped, so with flat sides, so 2 triangle-y things. What's that thing called? Like
A pyramid?
no,
What are
you trying to describe?
a trapezoid shaped. In it, on the door on the other side is another set of large wooden doors. However, these ones are sort of carved with a lot of intricate sigils, and in the middle again are these 2 intertwined leaf symbols of the grove.
Wait, Luke, sorry. Why do you call it a trapezoid? It's trapezium in England. Well, in the UK.
Yeah, but
I was always taught trapezoid.
well,
It's true.
It's a bad triangle. I go to the big door.
It's not
It's
a
a-
triangle. It's a quadrilateral.
Did you
Yeah,
just say
it's-
you went through the door, Tom?
Fuck off, maths. Yeah.
You don't. You push
No,
on
I
the door.
said I go through the door. I go through the
You
door.
push at the door, and when you touch it, the sigils flash red, and you fly backwards.
whoa!
Ow.
I want to try touch it.
I like it.
The sigils flash green, and it opens up.
Yes.
Fucking.
Was it because
what?
Yaga was chill?
Because Yaga is Yaga, and this is like for the higher ups
Stop
in the
him doing
grove.
that. Yaga, can you hold it open?
I don't know. I don't
Please.
know. I don't know if I can. I'm sorry. Hey, Doris,
Tell
can
it.
you stay open for my party?
No, it does stay open.
Tell
Yay.
the door we're cool.
I did.
Okay. And now, in this room, there is a large meeting table that is currently empty. On the opposite wall, there is a large stone archway that's filled in, which has some writing on it. There are 2 sets of doors on the left, both with a brass plaque on it that marks archives.
We're gonna die in here.
Yeah.
There are so
I mean,
many
that's
doors.
true of most. Oh, God.
So you've got the archives to your left now, the stone archway right in front of you, and the 2 doorways in the room behind you that you just ignored.
I've got the fucking archway. And
Oh.
I kick it.
It doesn't do. Sorry, Phalark has just become like an angry, violent boy this game, and it's just kicking stuff.
He's
Okay.
just so mad.
You kick the archway and nothing happens. However, you do notice carved in the back of the stone wall in cursive are the words, 2 bodies have I.
Ooh.
The more still I stand, 2 bodies have I. If I stand still... Guys, if we stand still for long enough, we can clone ourselves.
Nice.
Then Philippe will have best friend forever.
Friendly Henry cries from his zone where he comes from.
Friendly
So
Henry's
does-
my child.
And so does Philippe's canonical dwarven pen pal, Frederic.
Oh no.
He dies in the prison where he's been writing from.
The more bodies have I, the more still I stand. Something, something will decimate this land.
Oh, fair point, actually, Luke. You know the one bit... Are there any capital letters?
The 2 bodies have I start with a capital T.
There's no question mark, it's just 2 bodies have I, not 2 bodies have I?
The more still I stand.
No.
There's nothing else about this stone archway yet.
No.
I do an arcana nana. I check 11.
There is some sort of enchantment on this archway.
I knew it.
Archives it is then.
Okay, you enter the archives. It is, again, quite devastated. Looks like this is another room that has been attempted to be destroyed by the same fiery claws that destroyed the rest of the area.
Can we take a short rest while Philippe repairs every book?
You could take a short rest if you want, yes.
If I do that, can I have my sight back?
We don't have time. Orphis is already here, we know this.
Oh, but I wanted my sight back.
It's alright. No, you can't have it.
Oh.
We'll find it eventually.
Yaga would like to read the books too.
Yeah.
I'll read them too. Wait, is there a Braille section?
I don't know Braille!
Is there a reference system?
Not one you can see in front of you.
Is Tom now wearing a pair of glasses and has a little rubber stamp? Are they the librarian now?
Tom is sort of standing there looking at the book.
Why do we keep fucking forgetting to ask Tom everything?
Yeah,
Right, Tom.
Tom.
I've got a list here. Listen, Tom. Okay, listen.
You listening, Tom?
I am listening.
What was the archway for? What's that shit?
Information restricted.
Oh, I forgot. This is why we didn't ask. Okay.
Yeah. So, what can we find in these archives that will help us here? Probably just plot things.
Yes, but do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me about the world at large?
Yo, Tom. What's the deal with that tree that was all bugged out?
Oh yeah.
Well, that is the burial place of the first Yaga.
It had red sap coming out of it, and it burnt wood.
Well, that probably shouldn't have been there.
Why didn't you say anything when we were in the room?
You never asked.
God, you're insufferable, Tom.
You have
Hi there.
free
Have you
will.
met Luke's NPCs before?
Yeah.
I do have free will, but the GM keeps forgetting I'm there.
It's alright, so do we.
You just blend into the background that well, Tom.
I
Just
don't know
people-
if that's a compliment.
People called Tom are just so forgettable, that's all. Right. Now then. What's in the archives?
Books!
Are they
Cool.
still... Yeah. Okay.
I think you do manage to put together a few of these books again. This is a bit more of a vast collection of knowledge. It has a bit of world history in it. It has, rather than just being military excursions, it's more a collection of world history, of magic tomes, of all sorts of different variety of text.
If we had some kind of indexing system, I'd be able to see if, like, the Grove in particular had ever written anything about Orthrus. Or,
That's a good point.
What was it called? The Soul Stone?
The Soulstone, yes. The Black Soulstone was the magic MacGuffin, and Orthrus is, of course, the magic child MacGuffin.
Yes.
You do not see any physical indexing system.
Dang. Hey, Tom, help me out.
How can I help you?
Does the archives have anything in the records pertaining to an individual called Orthrus?
Allow me to fetch that for you.
Thank you.
And he wanders off into the stacks, and he comes back with a small black tome. He found it just off a bookshelf, and I think you see him pick it up off the shelf. The rest of the shelf around it is burned.
Oh.
But this was, again, via these fiery claw marks. This book is going completely unscathed. I think he places the book down in front of you, Yaga. So it is a log of sorts. It is written in a very militaristic way. So very dehumanizing, I would say. Very clinical in a way. It describes a lot of Orthrus' time at the Grove to Yaga. It discusses in detail the training regimen that Orthrus was under. It would appear that they were from an early age, and Orthrus was created rather than born.
Oh.
You were actually there to witness Orthrus' birth, Yaga, in your flashback.
But I just saw them sobbing by a stream.
Yes.
Huh.
The tome explains that was the day that Orthrus was created. That Orthrus was created via the Black Soulstone by Aijal.
Oh, no.
Now, at the time of Orthrus being brought to the Grove, there was a lot of discussion about what should happen. about whether or not Orthrus should be sent out into the world, whether Orthrus should be executed. But ultimately, what came down to was the best option for everyone involved was for Fantasy Anakin to be taken in by the Grove.
I was gonna say, this is reminding me of the fucking flashback where you see Tom Riddle shouting at Dumbledore.
And for the most part, it went very well. For a lot of Orthrus's childhood, they were a perfectly happy child. That is until the day that the Black Soulstone was brought back to the Grove. The book details that for a long period of time, the Black Soulstone was being studied at the Daleen University of Practicing Magic. It was being dissected for its abilities to really define what its capabilities were. It was under the care of the wizard Kemnal. When it got brought back, Orthrus had an obsession with it that narrowed on fixation. Orthrus wanted to play with the Black Soulstone. Orthrus wanted to see what the Black Soulstone could do. And at every opportunity, Orthrus was told no. This resulted in lashing out of Orthrus. Huge fits of violence that were not normal for the Orthrus that this book details. And then ultimately culminated in Orthrus obtaining the Black Soulstone and releasing Aijal from within it. Aijal then destroyed the city of Braystone, killing hundreds of thousands of innocents. And Orthrus believed it to be a game. And as a part of that, it was then decided that Orthrus would be sealed away in an oak tree for just... It was wrong to kill the child, but to imprison it was...
necessary.
Yes, a necessary wrongness.
So it's like when you fucking tell your kid that he's not allowed to drink the colourful liquids from under the sink. So you put them on a higher shelf, but he does it anyway. And he also sprayed it on the cat.
That's very specific.
Well, I hope you guys never just lock up Philippe.
Well, if you ever resurrect an evil, murderous overlord, I'm afraid we'll be short on options.
We need to put Orthrus in the chokey.
Do not put... No, not the chokey! Make Orthrus eat the whole cake!
Oh, what? But let's play on the kid part. Kids are obsessed with food. We could lay out a trap for Orthrus, offer him free cake.
Philippe, not every kid is obsessed with food.
Drug the cake.
Oh my. Now let me see if I have any opiates in my pocket.
Oh yes, I do! It's all that's in there!
Well, if it's this little boy that's going around here setting fire to everything, I don't think his slightly destructive ways of playing have particularly... I don't think he's grown out of it yet.
Certainly doesn't seem that way to me, and I only met him about a month ago.
You know, it's always the parents' fault.
Do you reckon?
I reckon. I mean, his dad was a stone. I can't imagine that gives you any particularly reinforced values or anything like that, you know?
Do you think that a young child's values are all imprinted on the father, or...?
Well, really, it's quite there's a lot of debate. You see, Sigmund Freud actually believed that. I thought Luke was going to stop me before I started bringing Sigmund Freud into his fantasy.
Keep going.
Why? Because Sigmund Freud is bullshit?
It's definitely...
Keep going.
Sigmund Freud is definitely a dwarven name, I would think. And no, it is. It's Sigmund Freud, the famous dwarven scholar, actually believed that every child wants to fuck a rock. And since...
I can't believe you're making me listen to this.
I can't believe we're finally justifying Philippe's utter desire to fuck a stone. He's had a stone child.
Everybody else has been saying this since episode 1.
Wait, what? Since
What?
episode 1, people been saying Philippe wants to fuck a stone.
No, why are you making me listen to this?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Let's cut this whole bit. None of it worked.
Yep. But it was fun letting you. It was fun letting you loose in your own imaginary play space and watching you just not be funny.
It's fine. Let's just start again. So there was like somebody watching a carriage approaching, and they had like a stopwatch or something.
Is there any particular mention as to where this black soulstone was, like, put for safekeeping?
It was. Yep. It was put into the vault.
Cool. And that is where. Tom, where's the vault?
I bet that's the big steel door, isn't it?
Maybe, but it might be under the archway.
Oh, it could also be under the archway. Oh, I thought you were asking me. I think you're forgetting the fucking gargoyle.
Information restricted.
I
Please.
feel like I
Please,
can imagine
Elizabeth?
Yaga. Yaga's got both her hands on Tom and is shaking him like, where is the vault?
It says answer unsure, ask again later.
Right, can I roll persuasion?
Yeah, sure.
Right, okay. My persuasion was a fucking... Oh, actually, I got 24.
Well, I got a 13 on persuasion.
I think that when
I crit failed.
Just to be clear, I'm persuading him by just going, come on.
I think he looks at you. And says, "It's classified," and he's kind of nodding his head towards the archway.
Ah, right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Feylark
Suspected
confidently strolls through the archway into the wall.
You take 1 damage.
Ow.
Okay, what did it say? The more still I stand, 2 bodies have I.
I just stand in the
What about
archway.
if 2 of us stand in the archway?
Nothing happens.
Dang.
Oh man, I was
3
just
of
waiting.
us?
No.
Okay, let's go explore those rooms that we passed by, I guess.
Yay!